So I have a beautiful wig to share with you today. This is my first braided wig, and I have worn this wig quite a few times since I recorded this video, and it's still looking beautiful. This is a full lace, whole lace wig. So as you can see, you see scalp all the way around. Okay, you can part anywhere you want to. So that's what full lace or whole lace means. This is their brown highlight, and the brand is Frodio, Frodio, and I got it off of Amazon, but I've also since then ordered one from the Frodio website, and they are really quick and really responsive. This lace cutting part of the video did not go too well, but I am going to show you a close-up of the results. Do note that I am using scissors that have a zigzag edge, and as you can see, I cut up to about 1/8 of an inch from the hairline. Do not cut into your hair, in my opinion. It comes out looking really choppy and just very unnatural. So I tinted the lace using mostly a medium brown lace tint mousse by Crazy, and then that's Kafume's mocha brown that I use on the edges because I need my lace to be a little bit darker to blend in with my sideburns on the side. That's my trusty Eben lace melt spray. I don't use glue. However, I do use a lace melt spray. I actually use mine on my forehead under the lace, and it starts the blending process as well as creates an adhesive. So once I apply a pretty generous amount to my forehead, I get my hair dryer and blow dry until it's sticky. And I just kind of use my fingers until it starts to get a little sticky. And that's when I go ahead and pull my wig down. Now you could wear this wig glueless, but I get a little fanatical sometimes with blending that lace into my forehead. Alright, so here just pulling the lace down as flat as possible, making sure no hairs are stuck under the lace. Just pulling it to get it flat on my forehead. I have low edges, so I've learned to just not stress about the sides on my wigs too much. The next thing I do, I grab a rat tail comb, and it helps me to manipulate all the hair, the baby hair and everything. So as I'm pushing my lace down and getting the lace to stick on my forehead, I'm also using the rat tail comb to push hairs back as well. So this process, I kind of play around with this for a while. But this was a really, really easy wig to install, I must say. So I just get a little towel. I don't want my forehead looking all crusty, and so I just get a little towel and clean up. And then I use my Boho lace jelly by Hair Diagram. And what I use this for is just to get a little extra melt. I use it on top of the lace. As you can see, I'm just kind of using my finger just to put some of the gel product. I'm going to tell you, that little bottle of gel or little tube, whatever, it has lasted me a long time, and it still feels full. I have used it so many times because you don't need much. But I've noticed that it just helps get that lace blended in to your forehead just a little bit more. Now this is a super wet product, and I like it because you can kind of work with, you see how I'm kind of pushing those baby hairs out of the way and pushing them back as I'm blow drying that product. So it is very wet and it takes a couple minutes to dry. But once it's dry, you've got a really good temporary hold there. But I'm using this just to kind of help flatten the lace out and help continue to blend that lace into my forehead. I was a little more conscious about the lace on this wig since it is a braided wig. I really wanted to try to get my lace looking as natural as possible. And let me tell you, I got the best compliment on this wig. I got in a conversation with a woman that kept asking me who did my hair, and I kept trying to explain to her that it was a wig, and she didn't understand what I was trying to tell her. And she finally got it and was very surprised that it was a wig. So that's a very compliment. That's a very good compliment to me. So for a few minutes here, you can just, I just want you to see the genuine process. It does take a few minutes for me. I just take my time and blend this in. The main thing, I'm just making sure my lace, the edges of the lace are as flat as possible along my forehead. Once you've gotten the right color on your lace, to me, that's step 2 in getting your wig to looking natural. Well, as natural as possible. So I'm using a little bit more of that lace jelly. Apparently, I'm still seeing some of the lace sticking up just a little bit. So I'm using my comb with a little jelly on the edge of my comb. And you can do this with lace melting spray. There are a lot of products out there that you could do that with, but I always put some type of product like a lace melting spray under the lace and right on top, just to get a good blend. So I want to get this as dry as possible because I do not want my wig sliding back as I'm running around. I guess I looked in the mirror there and saw a little piece of lace sticking up. But I want to get this as dry as possible. I personally don't go in and use a melting band, but if you're going to use a melting band at this point, getting your product super dry is extremely important. I stopped using a melting band simply because it was making my hairline a little hard. I was getting like some hard baby hairs. So now I am using a dark brown root touch-up. I use just about anything, to tell you the truth, on the side there. Any type of dark brown product. That's a Clairol root touch-up powder. And what I'm doing is basically just coloring the lace dark brown so that it can blend into my hair. And I have a lot of gray hairs on the side as well, so that was a Cream of Nature edge control, and it's a dark brown edge control and actually covers the grays really well. So at this point, I'm just trying to just blend in the sides a little bit. And I'm going to go in on the other side here shortly with the same dark brown powder on the lace. I like to tint. I start by tinting it a darker color brown as well. So here I'm just protecting my investment here. This is synthetic fibers, really nice actually, Veralux fibers that somewhat mimic human hair. So anyway, I use different silicone products, and I'm going to share that with you one day. I've been kind of testing out different products because that one is simply styling, and to be honest with you, it's a little pricey to me. So I've been testing out products that have similar ingredients. So any type of silicone product will really help protect your synthetic wigs. So I started out with, it's a serum, and they also come in a spray, but I generally use the serum when I have a lot of hair, like a curly wig or a lot of hair to cover. I just put a little serum in my hand and just try to get full coverage. Then I got a little tired of just rubbing it in my hand, so I'm going to top it off here with another silicone spray that I found. And it's a silicone mix spray. And here my spray bottle was not working very well, so I ended up having to go back to see that stream. It wasn't spraying like I wanted it to. So I think that's my fault. I messed up and poured some more silicone serum into the bottle. It's not the manufacturer's fault. Those spray bottles actually work really well. So at this point, I'm just kind of playing around at this point, trying to decide what I'm going to do. I'll probably end up cutting those baby hairs down one day. I'm a little nervous about it. You know, I like a little messy hairline anyway. So for right now, I'm going to leave the baby hairs long like that and soft until I decide for sure. Once you cut on a wig, it doesn't grow back, right? So I just kind of take my time with those type of decisions. And that's really about it. As you can see, I'm really kind of impressed with how this wig came out, and I think this is gonna be my go-to braided wig this summer. Real easy install. So thank you so much for joining my channel. Please support me by commenting, and subscribing, and watch more of my videos. Nothing is sponsored.